Intro and hook. You feel that familiar twinge in your lower belly, and your mind starts racing. Is that your period, right on schedule? Or could it be the very first sign of pregnancy? Trying to tell the difference can be a real emotional roller coaster. Analyzing every little sensation, feeling totally overwhelmed by the uncertainty. If that's you, you are not alone. In this video, we are going to break down the key signs that can help you understand what your body might be telling you. We'll look at the differences in timing, how the cramps actually feel, and the other symptoms that can show up with each. By the end, you'll have a much clearer picture, and hopefully, a little more peace of mind. And if you're looking for more content that gets what you're going through, hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one. Section 1. The timing difference. First up, let's talk about timing, because it's one of the biggest clues. Period cramps usually start just a day or two before your period begins. They tend to be strongest in the first couple of days of bleeding, and then they start to ease up. Pregnancy-related cramps, on the other hand, can show up much earlier. This is sometimes called implantation cramping, which can happen when the fertilized egg attaches to the lining of your uterus. This event can occur anywhere from 6 to 12 days after conception, which could be a whole week before your period is even due. So, if you're feeling mild cramps way earlier than you normally would for your period, that's a sign to pay attention to. Section 2. The sensation and intensity. Next, let's get into how the cramps actually feel. This is where the differences can really start to stand out. Period cramps are often described as a throbbing or aching pain in the lower abdomen that can sometimes spread to the lower back and thighs. For many, they can be pretty intense, a strong, heavy feeling that's hard to ignore. Early pregnancy cramps are usually much milder. In fact, many people describe them not as a cramp at all, but more like a dull ache, or a slight pulling, stretching, or even a tingling sensation. Think less like a sharp pain and more like a gentle, persistent awareness in your lower belly. These cramps also tend to come and go, rather than lasting for hours at a time. Section 3. Location. Where you are feeling the cramping can also offer a hint. Menstrual cramps are usually felt across the lower abdomen, right in the center where your uterus is. That pain can often radiate to your lower back. While early pregnancy cramps are also in the lower abdomen, some people report feeling them more on one side. Now, it's important to remember that implantation is a microscopic event, so you can't really feel exactly where it's happening. Still, a one-sided twinge is something some women notice. The feeling is generally very low, down around the pubic bone. Section 4. The company they keep. Associated symptoms. Cramps rarely show up alone, and the other symptoms that come with them are probably the biggest giveaway. With period cramps, you expect the usual PMS symptoms: bloating, mood swings, headaches, and then, your actual period. Your flow might start out as light spotting, but it will typically become a heavier, red flow that can contain clots. With early pregnancy cramps, the other signs are pretty different. Instead of a period, a small number of people might experience what's called implantation bleeding. This isn't a period at all. It's very light spotting, often pink or brown, that might only last for a day or two. It's not heavy enough for a pad or tampon and won't have any clots. Beyond that, you might start noticing other classic early pregnancy signs: serious fatigue, breasts that feel extra sore or tender, a sudden dislike for certain smells, and of course, nausea. While some people feel a little queasy before their period, ongoing nausea is much more strongly linked to pregnancy. Section 5. An important disclaimer. Okay, and this is a really important point, everyone's body is different. Some women have intense, period-like cramps in early pregnancy, and others feel no cramping at all. Mild cramping is very common and usually isn't a cause for concern. However, you should always get medical advice if you experience severe, sharp, or persistent cramping, especially if it's focused on one side. If the cramps come with heavy bleeding, a fever, or dizziness, it's so important to contact your doctor right away to rule out something more serious, like an ectopic pregnancy. Conclusion and CTA. So, to quickly recap the key differences, pregnancy cramps can start earlier, often feel milder, like a pulling or tingling, and may be accompanied by other signs like very light spotting, nausea, and fatigue. Period cramps tend to be more intense, follow your predictable monthly pattern, and arrive with your actual period flow. But while these signs can be helpful guides, the only way to know for sure if you're pregnant is to take a pregnancy test after you've missed your period. The 2-week wait is packed with so much hope and uncertainty, and it's way too easy to get lost analyzing every single twinge. I really hope this breakdown helps bring you some clarity. I would love to build a supportive community here, so please share your own experiences in the comments below. Hearing each other's stories can help us all feel a little less alone on this journey.